Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be discussing how to develop content that captivates and engages. Content that captivates and engages your audience. All right. So, how do you develop that content that engages your audience or even gets them talking? How do you develop content that has the likelihood of going viral? The first thing to do is to do your research. Research your target audience. Understand who they are, how they think, what kind of topics interest them, what are the issues they are going through, what are the challenges they face day to day, what are their high points and their low points, what gets them excited. You have to understand the psychic of your audience and what makes them tick. Without understanding of this, you will not be able to come up with a content or content that engage and captures their art. Okay, so the thing is, you have to understand what they are passionate about. What makes them tick? What are those soft spots with them? What are those hot topics that once you start, even the most quiet ones amongst them will come out of their shell to hear their opinion. So you have to understand the audience all the way. You have to understand their ideology, you know, their preferences and everything. So understanding this will go a long way in helping you to come up with content that, you know, attracts them. Okay. Now you also have to understand the context. What context are you coming from? For instance, are you situated in USA or are you situated in Africa? If you're in Africa, which states or which countries, are you as a brand situated? Which is your own home domain? Which is your region? Because that also has to come to play while you're doing this research. Whatever you have to develop has to be globally accepted but locally relevant. You need that local relevance before it can really, really fly and attract your audience. So, understanding your context to be able to draw out your local relevance is another key point. Then next, you need to understand your product or your services. What products are you offering? What services are you offering? Which category are you in? Understanding your product, your service category also is another confluence on how to come up with content that attracts your desired audience. You cannot come up with content. Yes, we're asking you to come up with content that are emotional, engaging, touching hot topics. But at the same time, you have to find a way to situate it into your products category to be something that will be relevant to your product on the long run. Because yes, you're building brand loyalty, you're building brand equity, which is a long-term thing, but ultimately it is the goal. So you cannot do all this in isolation. You have to have the big picture in mind as well. So you have to understand your product category and where you're coming from. Now, putting all these things together in developing your content, we've analyzed that you have to research your audience in details, understand who they are, what are their inspiration, aspirations, what makes them tick, what are their fears, what are their joys, any challenges. After analyzing them, understand your context, where you are, which country you are in, and all that. Then next we said you also have to come from the angle of what is your product? What category are you playing in? Now, piercing all these things together, I've decided to share an example and give you an insight on how customers think, how consumers think. Okay, so this is a case study. Now, for this brand, the customer or the target audience are predominantly female, young female between the ages of say 24 to 50-ish years. Now, they are mostly working women or even those not working, but to an extent, they have earning capacity and, spending power. All right. So I said they are predominantly women. Some are married, some are not married, but they have spending capacity and all. Now, the products are predominantly household appliances and the brand is situated in Africa. So piercing all these things together, the brand came up with this content. Let's take a look at this content and how it fared. So the content or the post says, this new daughter-in-law wishes to make a positive impression on our mother-in-law. Now let's help her choose a suitable gift for our mother-in-law with reasons for the choice. Truth is, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law issues or relationships are a very, very dicey trigger point in Africa. So this kind of post actually situated in the context of it happening in Africa and understanding the underlying relationships that predominantly ensue between mothers and daughter-in-laws. Okay, so we have these four products: gourmet machine and yam pounder, the air fryer, the washing machine, and kitchen machine. Now, the beauty with with this post and Facebook metrics is that you can actually see how the post fared compared to some of your past posts, and you can decide on the gleanings and your take home from that. So let's take a look at some of the comments. Some of the comments. Let's scroll down. You know, we have different angles which people came from. People with different angles to it. You know, so you can see that different people add different angles to this question. This person says if the wife is buoyant, advise her to go for all the products. Some others said washing machine because grandma always has her kids around, relatives and all that, and grandchildren. So she has to keep them clean and all that, which is valid. Some others kitchen machine so that she can bake, she can prepare soup, stew, frying and all that. um Different people, different feedback. Now the truth and the beauty with this kind of post is that there was actually no wrong answer. Everybody was correct, and those are the kind of posts you should be aiming for. Posts that will always be politically correct. Posts that any angle, any answer anybody comes up with, it's their opinion and everybody is privy to their opinion, so you cannot actually judge someone as being right or wrong. Posts that will get people thinking, get people sharing, get people discussing on their various other channels. Someone might take this post and put on maybe their Facebook, pardon me, place on their WhatsApp group, and some other groups, closed groups and all that, that this brand is not privy to. So the whole idea of your coming up with content is that your content should outlive your brand page. Your content should outlive the context where it was created. It should be an icebreaker on another platform. It should be a discussion talking point on another platform. Your content should be a discussion starter on another platform. Those are the kind of content you want to create. A content that another brand might even borrow from it. Hey, you're a pace setter, so nothing lost. But that's the whole idea. You want to be the talking point. You want people to take what discussion point you started and take it further than you can go. Because the truth is, as a brand, there's just how far you can go on your own, but you can leverage. And how to leverage is finding the touch points in the life of people, finding soft points in the life of people, finding those discussion points that are important to these people, finding such points, keying into them and have them spread it like wildfire. That is what you need as your brand. That is what you need this year for your brand to go further in leaps and bounds. All right. So thank you for joining me. Please hit the subscribe button below and feel free to let know your thoughts on this and how, as a brand, you can come up with much more engaging content that will keep people coming back to you and your page after even that content. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned to the next one.